Evening, baseball fans. Welcome to JC Sports Replays. It's been a long week. And I am ready to relax with you tonight and play some baseball, Strat-O-Matic style. You get some Detroit Tigers baseball dice here. A little blue and white action. Like to mix the dice up, keep it fresh. A blue die over here. There we go. And we're going to get our game set up. The first game we're going to play, probably the only game we're going to play, is going to be between your and my Detroit Tigers and Boston Red Sox. So let me just get my YouTube video screen up here so I can chat with you fine folks. It's been a long week. I haven't streamed anything since Monday. I've barely played anything since Monday. I've played a little bit of APBA just because it's a super easy game to roll when you're tired, and doesn't take too much effort, especially with the as played lineups and stuff. So I've been kind of rolling along in the 1954 season, of which I streamed one game on here. But tonight, I am looking forward to getting back to this Strat-O-Matic 86 replay. Didn't want to let it go by the wayside or anything, you know. Need a little more light, I think. Let me grab the illumination. Someday I'm going to have a nice Strat-O-Matic room. A nice, comfortable playing area. Not that this is bad, but it'd be nice to be able to have everything just set up all the time the way I want it. That sort of thing. So we got Boston visiting Detroit tonight. And I have no idea if it's a day game or a night game, so let me check Baseball Reference. Hey, Kevin Hayes, how you doing? Well, I need some information about MLB 1986 Internet. I haven't done any prep, because it's just been that kind of week where it's been all work and no play. And when I have come home, I've wanted to just relax. Haven't really had energy for anything, which is a terrible way to be, but it is what it is.
It's okay, babe.
I know. Some weeks just be like that, you know. Mm-hmm. So what day are we on? I think we're on the 10th. Let's see if this is a day or night game for weather effect purposes. Probably a night game on a Thursday, but let's make sure. No, it's a day game. A day game at Tiger Stadium before a crowd of 11,035. So we will have singles and homers based on this Tiger Stadium crowd. Let's see. There are my ballpark effects. There they are. I have found them. Let's return to our chat. Hey, Sports Time Machine. Good evening. Thanks for stopping by. I keep saying it. It's been a week. So I am happy to be relaxing tonight. We need some weather effects for a Detroit April day. That's going to be over here. We're going to roll a 20 and we're going to get a 19. That's probably going to be bad weather. So, yep, bad weather. 0-0 on singles and 6-3 on homers. So that's what we'll deal with tonight. It's good news for the pitchers, I guess. And the pitcher for Boston tonight is going to be Al Nipper, making his first start of the season. And we're going to get this Boston lineup in order. Hope you guys had a good week. How's everything been going? How are you guys? Sports Time Machine, you getting any good games in this week? I've barely played anything. So I'm hoping to get some time in this weekend to catch up on my gaming. We don't really have any plans, so that should be pretty presentable. And you just got a sneak peek, folks. The fourth game of the season is when we're going to see Roger Clemens make his 86 debut. If you remember, Clemens got off to an historic start in 86, but he may not have as easy a time at that in Strat. You got bugs. Buckner, Evans still leading off. All right, so let me make sure we got this right. We got Evans. There's a 1 minus 4. E6. Boggs is a 2E21 at third. Buckner's a 3E17. Rice is a 3-0-E8. Baylor's a designated hitter, don't matter. Armas is a 4 minus 2E12 in center. Gedman a 3 minus 3 E1 T6. Oops, E1 T6 P4. And Marty Barrett is a 2E14. Ed Romero is a shortstop 3E29. And of course, Nipper is a, let's see, a 1E8 and a 6 POW. I have to wrap my head around Strat Super Advanced tonight. I've been playing, I guess the only thing I played this week was about 8 games of APBA, just because it's super easy to play when you're tired. I don't like it. It serves a different purpose for me, I suppose, than Strat does. Slightly different part of the brain working when I play Super Advanced Strat versus APBA. APBA, I'm just really along for the ride. Strat, I'm thinking a little bit more, perhaps. I don't even know if that's really true, but they feel different to me. We got Dan Petrie on the mound tonight for the Tigers, making his first start of the season. He's a 1E06. And I think the lineup is the same as it was in the first game of the series. So we got Dave Collins in left, A4, +1 E2. I'm hoping to have a pretty good unboxing to do sometime in the future. I'm really hoping it shows up tomorrow. I'm excited for a new game that I went out and got. I will not tell you which one, although I may have let it slip on another stream when I bought it, but I'm just looking forward to enjoying some gaming tonight and this weekend. As I've already said, hey, Tramel's not there. Where's Tramel? Tramel's not in this game, so who's up after Evans? Grubb's not in this game either. We've got Lemon and Doug Baker, who's probably not around. So Evans is the designated hitter. Then we got Coles. Their base 4E29. And then we need Mike Laga and Doug Baker, who I don't know if they're carded. I think Laga's carded. I might be wrong. Laga's not carded either, and neither is Baker. So I need a first baseman. We're going to give those at bats to Dave Engel. Are we? Righty. I think Engel's a lefty. No, maybe that's right. Do we have a lefty? Maybe we'll give him to Bergman. We're going to give him to Dave Bergman, the lefty. And then who's going to play shortstop? Somebody who doesn't get a lot of playing time at short. It'll be Tom Brookins. Brookins will be the shortstop tonight. So Grubb and Trammell, for whatever reason, out of the lineup. And we're playing as played, but only with the carded players. We're not going to the... We're not making our own cards. We're not going to the app. So this is going to be Bergman. That's just my preference. I like to play the games as they come. I played basic Strat for a really long time because I find it super easy. Brookins will be in for Baker. But I'm enjoying the Super Advanced on stream here. All right, so we've got our lineup set. Petrie's going to start on the mound in this terrible day for baseball. I assume the wind is blowing. The rain is falling from an overcast April sky. Brookins fielding at short. Sorry, it's not as bad as you might think. A 4E16. I can't imagine the uncarded Doug Baker was much better. All right, so we're pretty much ready to go. We're going to have a nice casual evening tonight. I'm not going to get all sorts of crazy about stuff. But we got, well, Al Nipper's not going to bat. He's going to go over here on top of the Tigers stack. By the way, if you're wondering, this stream is being brought to you by the very first sip I've just had of Buffalo Trace Bourbon, a non-official sponsor of the JC Sports Replays, a Strat-O-Matic broadcast channel. Buffalo Trace makes Friday nights bearable, along with Strat-O-Matic and my babe hanging out with me and my puppies. And you fine folks joining me on YouTube, so we're going to stay up a little late tonight. Late for me is like 10 or 10:30, folks, just FYI. We usually get up between 4 and 5 in the morning, so, and I do have to work tomorrow, half day on Saturday, but hopefully I'll get some afternoon streaming in. In any case, folks, Dan Petrie is on the mound. He's a right-hander. In 86, he went 5 and 10 with a 4.66 ERA in 20 starts. Pretty pedestrian. And he will be facing, in the first tier, Evans, Boggs, and Buckner. So Dwight Evans leading off, the right fielder for Boston. Petrie looks in for the sign from the catcher, Lance Parrish, one of the best catchers in the game in 86. And he can call a pretty good game, too. So maybe Petrie will have an advantage there. Maybe the weather will combine to make Petrie versus Nipper a pitcher's duel. Let's find out. The first pitch from Petrie to Evans is a 1-9 right-handed. Strikes him out. So Dan says, I don't care what you heard about me. I'm coming. I'm bringing it tonight, boys. Here's Wade Boggs, the left-handed third baseman. Boggs, one of the greatest hitters of the 80s. Perennial batting champion. Don't start this already. Jumping dice. A 3-8 against the righty as a base on balls. Boggs is like Ted Williams without the power. All right, that's not true. Nobody's like Ted Williams. So Boggs draws a walk. He's on first with one out, and here's the first baseman, Bill Buckner, who would like to have a different ending to his 1986 season than he did in real life. But it's only game 2 of the season for these folks, or 3. Actually, this is the 3rd game of this series. And I couldn't tell you who split the first 2. I could if I wanted to look it up, but I don't. 1-10, pops it up on the infield. Coles is there over by third and makes the play for the second out of the inning. Boggs retreats to first. And there's 2 away. Here's Rice. Jim Rice, the, again, perennial Boston All-Star. And the cleanup hitter. So Petrie looks in. Rice waits from the right side. And that's a 1-5. That's a base hit. Rice lines one to left center. It's going to get down. Boggs is on his way to third. The throw comes in. Rice will hold with a single. With 2 outs now, it's first and third, and here's the slugger, Don Baylor. Baylor, a powerful right-handed bat, designated hitter tonight. Petrie looks in for the sign. He likes it. And delivers. About a 5-6, and Baylor lays off and draws a walk. So that will load the bases here in the first inning. Petrie struck out the first guy and has given up 2 walks and a hit around a pop out by Buckner. And he could be in real trouble here, folks. It's Tony Armas coming up, the right-handed center fielder, who admittedly is past his best power days, but is still a dangerous, solid hitter. Bases loaded full of Red Sox, top of the first. Petrie from the stretch. How about a 4-6? Grounded down to short. Should be no problem for Brookins. He has it there and fires to Bergman at first for the final out of the inning. So Boston loads them up and leaves them all. 3 left. We'll head to the bottom of the first with no score. Our date in history, sir, is April 10th, 1986. It's a Thursday. That's about 7 days after my mom's birthday, if that matters to anybody. She would have been 40. She would have just turned 40. And I was a wee 13-year-old. Well, it's going to be Collins, Whitaker, and Gibson against Nipper for Boston. Al Nipper, 10-12, a 5.38 ERA, so can you believe it? Petrie's the better pitcher. 26 starts for Nipper. 186 hits in 159 innings, and he gave up 24 homers, which is about 1 per game. So here's the switch hitting Collins to lead it off. Collins has speed. 3-12 against the right-hander. Line drive right at Buckner, and he takes it in for the first out of the inning. Collins retired on the first pitch, and here's left-handed batting second baseman Lou Whitaker. Whitaker waits. Nipper deals a 2-5. Popped up on the infield. No problem for Buckner. He makes both of the first 2 outs. And it's Kirk Gibson coming up. Gibson, a star in his own right, a very, very clutch hitter. And playing right tonight. Boston 4, Detroit 2. Nipper goes 8-7-3. Very nice. Oh, 8 1/3. That's pretty good. Maybe the weather was bad. Well, here's Gibson with 2 outs. 3-7. And that's a base hit to left field. Gibson pulls one through the right side. No, he doesn't. He goes the opposite way and knocks one through the left side. And Gibson will be on first. We have to check the hold rating. It's a -1. And a -3 is a -4. That makes it a -6, -8. So not likely that Gibson's going to steal. He'd actually be a 13, which isn't terrible. Petrie has a hold of +3, and he'll be working with Parrish's -3, so they negate each other. So with the hold applied, it'll be -2, -4. So will Gibson try to get in scoring position with 2 outs and a 13 option? No, he will not. A throw over from Nipper. He's being held closely. They're keeping an eye on him, and here's Parrish. Power hitting catcher. It's a 2-9. Strikes him out. The first strikeout of the day for Nipper. Retires the side, 1 left for the Tigers, and we'll head to the second. No score. Hope you'll forgive me while I take another sip of this delicious bourbon. Coating a rapidly melting baseball ice cube. Remember back in the 70s and 80s when you couldn't drink anything on TV? I wonder if that applies to YouTube today in 2024. Well, you can't see me drinking it, so I'm sure we're fine. Nipper 8 2/3, and Petrie went 7. That's surprising, isn't it? Well, Petrie's back on the mound for the second. And here's Gedman, Barrett, and Romero. Gedman, the left-handed batting catcher. His first at-bat of the day is a 2-6. Grounded down to first. It's Bergman. He will flip to Petrie covering, and there's 1 away. Second baseman Marty Barrett making his first at-bat of the day. How about a 3-8? This one's tapped back to Petrie. He'll return the favor and toss it over to Bergman for the second out of the inning. That brings up the shortstop for Boston, Ed Romero. Romero bats right. Petrie from the windup. How about a 3-2? Single 1-4 line out to short. This one is hit toward Romero's at bat toward Brookins, and he makes the catch. A 1-2-3 inning here for Petrie. Bottom of the second, still no score. Nipper back out there to face Evans, Coles, and Bergman. Here's Darrell Evans. Still has good power, does Darrell. How about a 5-5? He's batting left. Fly ball out towards center. No problem for Armas. He puts it away for the first out of the inning. Here's Darnell Coles, a solid third baseman. What he doesn't have in the field, he makes up for with some power in his bat. So Coles from the right side. Nipper from the windup, a 2-11. On the ground toward third. Boggs is there. He takes it and fires across the diamond to Buckner to retire Coles by a step. That'll bring up Dave Bergman. He's in there for Mike Laga, who's not carded. Bergman from the left side, a 6-11. Grounded back to the pitcher. Here's our first X chance. Nipper is pretty good, a 1-8. And about a 19-10. A 19 on a 1's a G1. And a 10 on an E8 is nothing. So Nipper fields it and tosses to Buckner to retire Bergman. In plenty of time, a 1-2-3 inning for Nipper. Petrie and Nipper trade 1-2-3s, and we go to the third, still looking for a crooked number. Petrie will face the top of the Red Sox order. Evans, Boggs, and Buckner. And it's between innings, folks, so it's Buffalo Trace time. Listen, I'm really enjoying the drink tonight. I don't know what to tell you. It's been a week. I don't know if it's something in the air or if it's just the snow lag after we had a couple of snowstorms in the last week and a half. But, yeah, just been a lot. So Petrie's on the mound. Evans is 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. Dan is ready, and Dwight waits. How about a 6-7? Base on balls for Evans. He's wont to do that. He gets more than his fair share of free passes. So Evans is on first. They will hold him because I hold just about everybody, and he has a 13 unmodified steal success rating, which is kind of where I draw the line. Because, in real life, they hold pretty much everybody who's ever got a chance of stealing bases. The only guy I can remember them religiously not holding was Edgar Martinez. Here's Boggs. Boggs walked his first time up. Evans on first, nobody out. How about a 1-2 against the right-hander? Single 1 to 5 or line out to second. This one is hit toward Whitaker at second. He may have a play. He does. He makes the catch, and Boggs is retired. Evans, barely moved, steps back on first as Whitaker goes around the horn. So it'll be Bill Buckner. Bill popped out to third his first time up. Petrie looks in. He likes what he sees, and here's the pitch. How about a 6-3? Left-handed, another PX. Petrie's even better than Nipper. He's a 1E0, so don't really have to worry about the error. It's a 16. G1 E0 is good. That's going to be a double play, actually. So Petrie fields it, turns, and fires to Brookins at short, who goes on to first to Bergman for the 1-6-3 inning-ending double play. Nice play there by Petrie. And the side is retired. They go 1-2-3 non-traditionally. And Nipper comes back out to face Lemon, Brookins, and Collins in the bottom of the third. So here's Chet Lemon, long-time Tiger, pretty good center fielder. Nipper with the pitch. How about a 2-4? And he hits him. Lemon couldn't get out of the way there. And he takes one in the ribs. He tried to jackknife out of the way, and that one just kept coming in on him. So Chet's on at first with nobody out, and here's Tom Brookins. Brookins a reliable bat and plays a lot of positions. A real utility man is Tom. He's playing short today, and he's got Lemon on first with nobody out. Nipper delivers from the stretch. That is a 3-8. That's good enough for me. And that's a base on ball. So Al Nipper suddenly having a little bit of a control issue. A hit batter and a free pass. And now there's runners at first and second for Collins with nobody out. Collins popped out to first his first time up. Nipper looks for the sign from Gedman. He likes what he sees. How about a 6-6? He's batting left. Strikes him out. He did indeed like what he saw. Second strikeout of the day for Nipper, and Collins is 0 for 2. Here's Whitaker, a dangerous hitter. He lined out to first his first time up. First and second, one out. Nipper with the pitch. About a 2-5 against the right-hander. Pops it up on the infield. It's going to be over near first again. Buckner has room and makes the catch 2 away. So 2 quick outs after 2 free passes, basically, for Nipper. And we're down to 2 outs now, first and second. And here's Kirk Gibson. Gibson singled his first time up. See if he's seeing Nipper well or if that was a fluke. How about a 3-6? Single 1 to 10, line out to second. This one's hit towards Barrett, and it's on into the outfield over Barrett's head. Barrett tried to leap for it, but he couldn't get there. The right fielder, Evans, fields it quickly and gets it in on a line to home plate, and everybody holds up. Evans has a strong arm, and he showed it off there. That'll be the bases loaded now with 2 outs for Lance Parrish. Parrish struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Nipper is ready, and Parrish waits. How about a 1-9? Forget it. Forget about it. That one is jacked deep to left field. Down the line, it's hooking. If it stays fair, it's well fair. In the second deck, Lance Parrish with a grand slam. Home run here to put the Detroit Tigers in front in the bottom of the third, 4-0. And that is the danger of those free passes with this Detroit power. Little Motor City magic right there from Lance Parrish. And Detroit is on top, 4-0 on that. 378-foot jack from Parrish, pardon me. Well, that's a quick start. And Nipper looks frustrated. First it was his control, then another single by Gibson, who seems to have his number, and then Parrish just went yard. There was no doubt about that one, folks. Once it straightened out, it was not anywhere near foul. So here's Evans. Evans steps in. He'd love to go back-to-back. Parrish the righty, Evans the lefty. And the designated hitter tonight is 0 for 1. Nipper settles down. He's ready to pitch from the windup. He's much happier from the windup. It's a 3-3. Never mind. He's not very happy at all. That is a ballpark home run chance, but it's a terrible day here. Only on a 1-6 will that go. Evans has the power, and it is deep to right field, but Evans himself makes the catch. So that was an Evans to Evans, a long, loud out to retire the side. But the Parrish grand slam puts Detroit in front 4-0 after 3. Sure, I related this the first couple of Tiger games, but in a previous iteration of a 1986 replay that I aborted, the Tigers went 15-0 to start the season. So, at which point that season took a hiatus, and I never got back to it. So, here we are several years later, and the Tigers were off to a pretty good start. They're 1-1. They've already lost one against the Sox, and have a 4-0 lead here as we go to the fourth. Petrie now with the lead will look to shut down Rice, Baylor, and Armas. So here's Jim Rice. He's 1 for 1. Petrie delivers. It's a 1-3 grounded towards short. Brookins has it. It's routine, and he gets the first out. So one away quickly, and here's Don Baylor. Baylor walked his first time up. Petrie with the delivery, 1-4. Another grounder to Brookins. He will not have a problem. And throws out the not-so-speedy Baylor. 2 quick outs here, and here's Armas. Armas 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time up. 5-3. Fly ball out toward right. The right fielder Gibson's a 3-3. He'll have a chance to make this play. Let's see how he does, folks. That's a 15 and a 7. 15's an F2, and 7 on an E3 is nothing. So Gibson out there makes the play. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Petrie. I've said it before, and I'll say it many times again, folks. That's what you want to do when your team gives you a lead. He shuts them down in order. Make that 4 runs hold up. It'll be Coles, Bergman, and Lemon here in the bottom of the fourth. Tigers looking to add to a 4-run lead. Coles is 0 for 1, and Nipper is ready, and Coles waits. How about a 6-6 right-handed, grounded down to third. Boggs is there, over to Buckner. It's another 5-3 for Coles. He's done that twice so far today, and there's 1 out. Here's Bergman. He grounded back to Nipper his first time up. 6-5 against the left-hander. Shortstop X. Testing the center of the diamond now. Romero's a 3E29. Let's see how that goes. How about an 8-10? 8 on the 3 is a G3, and 10 on the 29 is fine. Romero scoops it and fires to Buckner to retire Bergman. 2 away now in the bottom of the fourth. Here's Chet Lemon. Lemon was hit by a pitch and came around to score on that grand slam by Parrish. 2 outs. Lemon waits. About a 1-5. And he pulls one through the left side. A base hit for Chet. And a 2-out single now. It's Tom Brookins coming up. Tom walked and scored his first time up. Nipper ready. 2 outs, runner on first. How about a 5-7? Against the right-hander. Double 1-3, fly ball to center. This one's hit out toward Armas. Armas is chasing it, and he makes the play. That'll be the 3rd out. There's 1 left. We'll head to the 5th. The Tigers lead the Red Sox 4-0. Coming up in the 5th, it's going to be Gedman, Barrett, and Romero, the 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Red Sox. Here's Rich Gedman. He's 0 for 1, grounded out to first his first time. How about a 6-8 left-handed? Hit one. This one's hit out towards center. Could be a triple if who's the center fielder? Lemon can't field it. Lemon going back on it, and it's over his head. One hops the wall and bounces away from him. Gedman's chugging around second. He will make it to third ahead of the throw. A lead-off triple here in the fifth for Rich Gedman. And the Red Sox are threatening. With a 4-run lead, the Tigers will play for 1 out. They're going to play back and not worry about Gedman at third. It's Marty Barrett up. Barrett grounded out his first time up. Petrie with the delivery, a 3-7. Hit toward third. Could be a single. Boggs, no, not Boggs. Coles is ranging, and he makes the play. To retire Barrett 1 away. On that liner, Gedman had to hold. So here's Romero. Romero popped out to short his first time up. How about a 1-8 against the right-hander? Base on balls. Well, they walk the number 9 hitter. That's never a good thing. And now Petrie will have to deal with Evans with runners on first and third and 1 out. A long fly ball score a run. Of course, Evans would like to do better than that, but we'll see how it goes. Here's the pitch from Petrie. Like the dish. It's going to go pretty well for Detroit. That's a ground ball shortstop. That's grounded down to Brookins, who flips to Whitaker, and on to first, Bergman to complete the 6-4-3 double play. So again, Petrie gets out of trouble. 2 left. Nothing doing for the Red Sox. They trail by 4 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. All right, friends, it's Dave Collins, the top of the order for the Tigers. He's 0 for 2 today, so far. But hope springs eternal. How about a 3-7 fly ball to center? Armas is there. Plenty of room, and he makes the catch. 1 down. Here's Whitaker. Whitaker has lined out and popped out to first base twice tonight. That one wanted to stay in, but it didn't. How about a 3-12? A line drive right towards second, and Barrett is there to make the play. 2 down quickly here in the 5th. And here's Gibson. He's 2 for 2 with the run scored. Kirk's just that kind of batter. He knows when to come up clutch. And this one is hit out into the outfield. Yes. Could be trouble. Normal home run 1-6, double 7-20. It's way back to deep right center field. Evans is going back. Armas is converging. They're nearing the wall, and this one is... What the hell did I roll? Off the wall. Corralled quickly, but Gibson is going to be into second easily with his 3rd hit of the day. A 2-out double for Kirk Gibson. And he's feeling it. He's seeing everything Nipper's doing and seeing it well. And now, here's Parrish, the man who hit the grand slam his last time up. He's 1 for 2. With that 4-run homer. 2 outs, Gibson on second, and Nipper looks inside. How about a 6-9 base on balls? I don't blame him for pitching around Lance there with first base open. So 2 outs, runners on first and second for the Tigers, and here's Darrell Evans. I don't know if he thinks he'll have a better shot with the lefty. So far, he's gotten Evans to fly out pretty routinely twice. So Darrell waits. Nipper looks in and is ready from the stretch. 6-5, left-handed shortstop X. Brookins will be tested. Is Gibson being held at second, first of all? It doesn't matter. It does matter. Gibson would be being held at second, so that's going to turn Brookins into a 5E16. How about an 8-7? That's a single 1. Single 1, nothing. So this one sneaks through, and 1 run will score. Oh no, it won't. So how are we gonna call that? It's through short. Rice is charging. He fields it and fires quickly. Gibson has to hold at third. Gibson hesitated on that pitch for some reason with 2 outs. You'd think he'd score there, but he wasn't sure if it was going to be fielded or not. And he held up. Maybe he forgot how many outs there were. Well, it's bases loaded now for the Tigers. We know what happened last time they had the bases loaded. So does Nipper. And here's Darnell Coles. Coles is grounded out twice. He'd love to get it in the air there. Hey, Doug Hunt. How you doing tonight? Thanks for joining us. Bases loaded here in the bottom of the fifth. Detroit already leading 4-0, looking to add on. And Darnell Coles waits for the pitch from Al Nipper. My dog has decided to wander the world, and here's a grounder down to first. Looks like Nipper's going to get out of trouble again. It's Buckner there. He will flip to Al covering, and the side is retired. So no runs. The Tigers leave 3. They can't add to their already lovely 4-run lead. We'll head to the 6th, which is both pitchers' POW inning. It's going to be Petrie against Boggs, Buckner, and Rice. How's your evening going, Doug? Playing any good games tonight? I've been looking forward to getting back to Strat all week, so. Here's Boggs. He's 0 for 1 and walked his first time up. Petrie with the lead, and the pitch, a 6-10. Grounded down to second. That's going to be Whitaker over to Bergman, 1 away. Here's Buckner. Bill's 0 for 2. Get in there. Oh, still a 6. This is another 6-10. Grounded down to Buckner again. To Barrett again. Flips to Buckner in plenty of time. Nope, couldn't be grounded down to Barrett there at bat. Jesus, man. I am a tired man. Grounded down to Whitaker, who flips to Bergman. That makes more sense. The Red Sox don't like to play against themselves, only in spring training a little bit. Well, here's 2 down, and Jim Rice coming up. 1 for 2 so far. Maybe the bourbon's kicking in. I hope so. And Petrie takes something off, and Rice swings over the top. That's a strikeout for Rice. And I think Petrie's second strikeout of the day. He gets through the 6th in a 1-2-3 fashion and has himself a shutout so far through 6. The Tigers will send up a Bergman, Lemon, and Brookins trying to add to that 4-run lead. Nipper back on the mound for the 6th. Here's Bergman. He's 0 for 2. About a 5-7 base on ball. So Dave with the leadoff walk, and Nipper's not happy with himself. Maybe he knows what a POW inning is, and he doesn't want to come out of the game. I hear he went 8 1/3 in real life for his 8 2/3. 8 2/3 he went in real life, and he'd like to duplicate that feat, even with the 4-run deficit. And here's Chet Lemon. Chet's perfect on the day. He was hit by a pitch and then singled. He also scored a run. Bergman on first. Here's the pitch from Nipper. Possible wild pitch. Nipper doesn't throw wild pitches, so we'll re-roll the 6s. And that's a 6-7. This one's well hit out. That could be trouble. And it's cut off out there by Rice. He will hold Lemon to a single as the throw comes in. Bergman makes it over to third. And it's 1st and 3rd with nobody out now. And here's Tom Brookins. Tom flew out last time up. He also walked and scored a run way back in the 3rd inning. So Brookins from the right side. There's nobody out, 1st and 3rd. Nipper on the verge of fatigue. You love a double play ball here. How about a 2-8? Nope, this one's hit deep to right field. Brookins goes the opposite way. That could be trouble. Back on the ball goes Evans. He's running out of room. He makes the catch on the track right up against the wall. Turns and fires desperately, but that's deep enough. The run will score. A sacrifice fly for Brookins as Bergman races home ahead of Evans' throw. It's cut off, and Lemon will retreat to first. So that's a run in on the sac fly. It's 5-0 Detroit now. Lemon on first with 1 out, and here's Dave Collins. Collins 0 for 3 so far. Nipper looks in. He likes the sign, and here's the pitch. A 6-4. Grounder to short. Romero a 3E29. I don't believe. Nope, I'm wrong. He'll be a 4E29 because of the hold. So Romero a 4E29. How about a 7-9? G3, but that's going to be a single 2. And whatever, 9 on a 29. So that's a base hit for Collins, his first of the day. Lemon finds himself at 3rd when it all settles down, and that's going to be it for Nipper. So Al went, where did he go? 5 1/3. he can't live up to his real-life outing. Collins will be on first. He's a speed threat. We'll get Nipper retired and see what else is going on. Turn the card over, Joe. Put it back properly. Card organization is key to a successful replay, my folks. Well, they're trailing, and they're trailing big, so they're going to go to Sammy Stewart. It's not close right now, folks, and Boston hasn't shown many signs of life, so Stewart will come in and try to play some mop-up duty, unless Peach retires and Boston can get something going. So Stewart's a 3E03. 3 being his fatigue rating, which means with any luck he can get through the rest of this game for Boston and spare their bullpen a little bit. But right now it's first and third with 1 out, and here's Lou Whitaker. Lou is 0 for 3, has yet to get the ball out of the infield. That's a possible balk, 1-5 for Stewart. Get in there. No balk, so we'll re-roll. Whitaker from the left side, 6-8. Strikes him out. Welcome to the game, Sammy Stewart. He strikes out Lou Whitaker, who's not having a good day, and that's the second out of the inning. So it'll be first and third for Kirk Gibson, who is having a good day. He is 3 for 3 with a double, 2 singles, and a run scored. Gibson from the left side. How about a 3-8? And strikes him out. So 2 strikeouts here to get out of trouble for Stewart. He keeps it close, or at least as close as he can. It's 5-0 Detroit as we head to the 7th. Petrie's coming out for the 7th. He will face Baylor, Armas, and Gedman as the Red Sox try to get on the board, trailing by 5. So here's Don. He's 0 for 1 with a base on balls, and Baylor waits for Petrie's pitch. 3-6, grounded down to short. Brookins is there, over to Bergman, 1 away. Here's Armas. Tony's 0 for 2. About a 4-5 right-handed. Fly ball out toward left. Dave Collins has room and makes the catch. Can of corn in his glove. 2 down. And that'll bring up the catcher Gedman. Gedman with a booming triple that went over everybody's head last time up. He's 1 for 2 on the day. That was a leadoff triple, and he was stranded, so that's how Boston Day's going. Petrie with a 4-6 against the left-hander. This one's hit toward Whitaker. He takes his time, makes the play, and flips to Bergman. Another 1-2-3. Petrie's pitching very well today. If this was Appa, he'd be a C or D pitcher, and he'd already be an A. It's not, though. He's just evading fatigue. So it will be Parrish, Evans, and Coles to try to extend the 5-run lead for Detroit. Sammy Stewart back on the mound here in the bottom of the 7th. Hope you enjoyed the non-existent 7th inning stretch. We can skip over those in Strat, you know, folks. We don't have to pause. Parrish hits it out toward right the other way. Gibson, nope, not Gibson. Evans is there and makes the play for the first out of the inning. We'll bring up the designated hitter, Darrell Evans. He's 1 for 3. How about a 5-7? And that's a base on balls. Something Stewart is known for. He walks a few too many guys. Now, Evans is one of those guys who I don't think will be held. No, he's actually got a 13. He's got a decent chance. What's Stewart's hold anyway? He's a +3. -3 for Gedman, so a little bit better. -2, -4. Still good enough for him not to try, though, in my book. And here's Coles, 1 on, 1 out. And a 1-9. That's a ballpark homer chance. Hit out deep toward right field. Going back on the ball is Evans. He may run out of room. It's going to be a 1-3 for right-handers. And just short of the track, Darrell makes the play. Or, pardon me, Dwight makes the play. There's too many Evans in this game. There's a whole 2 of them. And I get easily confused on Friday nights. So here's Bergman. Bergman's 0 for 2, a run and a walk today. 2 outs, runner on first. That one tried to get away, but I caught it. It's a 4-6. And another base on balls. So now it's first and second. And Chet Lemon, a reliable hitter. Chet is 2 for 2 today with a run scored on a hit by pitch. It's first and second, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Detroit trying to add to a 5-0 lead. Sammy Stewart trying to keep it right there so the Red Sox have a chance to come back in the final 2 frames. It's a 2-8. Grounded down to short. Romero is there, fires to Buckner. And that's the final out of the inning, 2 left. Stewart gets through it. And the Red Sox are coming up, trying to get something going. They will send Barrett, Romero, and Evans to the plate. We may see a pinch hitter for Romero. So here's Marty Barrett. Barrett 0 for 2 today. Very economical outing for Petrie so far. It's a 4-3. Ballpark single chance. Nothing doing. Those are zeros today in this bad weather game, so that's a line drive to short where Brookins makes an easy play to retire Barrett. Well, let's take a look. Romero doesn't really hit righties very well. He's a 210 hitter in 86. And Boston needs to get something going, so let's see what they've got on the bench. Well, not much. Not much at all. Well, they do have the lefty Steve Lyons, so they're going to do that. I think we have a shortstop too, right? Yeah, we can bring in Quinones defensively. So Romero's day is done. It's going to be Lyons, the pinch hitter. Wrong place. Brookins is not coming out. Lyons bats left. And I think this is his first at bat of the season. So here's Petrie working with 1 out in the 8th inning. Nobody on. It's a 5-7 left-handed. Double 1 to 14 fly ball to center. This one is hit well out towards center field. Lemon is ranging, and he cannot catch it. He will cut it off in the gap, and Lyons has himself a pinch hit double to try to get something going for the Red Sox. So Lyons on second. 1 out, and here's Dwight Evans. Dwight's 0 for 2. He struck out, walked, and grounded into a double play today. How about a 4-7? And that's a base hit. Evans goes the other way, and that's going to score a run. The Red Sox will finally be on the board. An RBI single for Evans. And they'll hold him at first with 1 out. Here's Wade Boggs. Petrie might be getting a little tired. I think that's the first time all day he's given up 2 hits in a row. In fact, prior to this inning, he'd only given up 2 hits total. So Petrie, ready from the stretch. Boggs waits. Wade is 0 for 2 with a base on balls. How about a 1-3? And that's a single. Boggs pulls it into the gap. It's cut off, but Evans will get over to third with 1 out. And that's going to be it for Petrie, folks. Dan goes 7 1/3. Does that match his real-life outing? It actually betters his real-life outing. He went 7. Petrie will hit the showers, and let's see who Detroit's going to bring in to try to shut this one down. It's not a save situation, but it's not exactly a big lead at this point. There's 2 men on with a 4-run lead. Stay there. They're going to go to their closer, Willie Hernandez, to get the final 5 outs. He is a 2E0 with a 2.5 fatigue rating. He's not in a closer situation yet, but he has the outs to get there if it turns into one, which it will with 1 more base runner. Actually, is it a closer situation? What's the definition of a closer situation again? What defines closer situation for Strat-O-Matic peoples? take a couple days off from playing, and all of a sudden, tying run on base or at bat. Yep, so not yet. If another batter gets on without an out, then he'll be in a closer situation. For now, he's just a 2. So here's Buckner, first and third, 1 out. Hernandez is done warming up. He throws. It's a 1-11. Grounded back to Buckner. Back to Hernandez. It's a ground ball pitcher B. I must refer here. First and third, he is technically considered always playing in because he's the pitcher. Batter safe, lead runners out, other runners advance 1 base. So he will field it and throw home. And Parrish lays the tag on Evans. So Buckner will reach on the fielder's choice. There's 2 outs now, first and second, and it's Jim Rice's turn. Hernandez ready. Rice 1 for 3 on the day. About a 4-7. Single 1-2 line out to third. That's hit toward Coles. Could get past him. No, Coles stabs out and makes the play. The 3rd out of the inning here in the 8th. So Hernandez comes on and shuts down the trouble. Only 1 run allowed in the inning, 2 left. And Detroit hanging on to a 5-1 lead now. It'll be number 9 hitter Brookins, followed by the top of the order in Collins and Whitaker. Brookins 0 for 1 on the day officially. He walked and scored a run and then had a sac fly his last time up. Sammy Stewart's still in there for his, well, he's going on his 3rd inning of work here. He's pitched 1.2 so far. About a 2-5. Single 1 line out to short. This one is hit. Oops, wait a minute. We need a shortstop for Boston. Pardon me. And that will be Ray Quinones. So Lions Day is done. Quinones is in. He is a shortstop. 3E42. So he's not so good, but he's okay. What did I say, 3-6? Yeah. I'm not 100% sure if I rolled that, so we're going to roll again. Well, it turns out to be a 3-7 this time. Grounded down to third. Boggs is there. Fires to Buckner. There's 1 retired for Detroit here in the bottom of the 8th. The Red Sox will have 1 more chance. They need to keep it right where it is if they're going to have any chance. And here's Dave Collins, 1 for 4 on the day. About a 2-6. Bat against the right-hander. Strikes him out. 3rd strikeout for Stewart. And here's Whitaker. Lou is 0 for 4. Hasn't looked good at the plate today. 1-7. Well, he heard me. 1-1 to 4, single 5 to 20. It's going to be a base hit for Lou Whitaker. And a 2-out single will bring up Kirk Gibson. Gibson is 3 for 4 on the day. Kirk waits for the pitch from Sammy. About a 4-2 against the left-hander. Strikes him out. The 4th strikeout of the day for Stewart. Nice job keeping his team in the game. Now it's up to the Boston hitters as we head to the 9th. Willie Hernandez, the closer, is on. He will face 5, 6, 7, Baylor, Armas, and Gedman, followed by Barrett if anybody gets on. So here's Baylor. He's 0 for 2 with a walk today. 9th inning, Red Sox running out of chances. That's a 3-6. Pops it up on the infield, does Baylor. Looks like it's no problem for Brookins. He's a little left of second base and makes the play. 1 down, here's Armas. Armas 0 for 3. How about a 1-9? Base on balls. Tony lays off a low one and has himself a free pass. Nobody being held. It's Gedman. Gedman's 1 for 3. He had that booming triple few innings ago. Here's the old 111. Fouled. Behind the plate, Parrish is there, and he has room. He will make the play for the second out of the inning. So the Red Sox down to their final out, and it's Marty Barrett coming up. Armas on first, with 2 down here in the top of the 9th. Barrett's 0 for 3, has yet to get the ball out of the infield. Hernandez would like to keep it that way. The left-handed pitcher deals. Barrett waits from the right side. 1, 10, double 1 to 7, single 8 to 20. They're not done yet, folks. That's into the gap, and that's going to be a 2-bagger. Fielded out there by Rice, gets it in quickly. Armas will stop at third. No reason to take any risks here, and that brings up Ray Quinones. Now here's a question, folks. Do we have anybody else who could play shortstop if we pinch hit? Excuse me. Nope. There are no carded shortstops, so it's up to Quinones to keep the game going, folks. Second and third, 2 outs. Hernandez with the pitch. 6-7. Second base X chance. Always interesting. Nobody's being held. Whitaker is a 1E13, so it should be pretty rudimentary here. But you never know. It's a 13-9 G1. And nothing doing. So Whitaker scoops it and flips to Bergman, and that'll do it. Quinones is retired. 2 are left. Boston manages only a single run, and they fail to capitalize on multiple opportunities. Left a lot of men on base. The final score from Tiger Stadium here on April 10th, 1986. Detroit 5, Boston 1. Let's get the box scores done. Well, the pitching matchups anyway. So Nipper went 5 1/3 to give up 1. Hit by pitch, I got a note. So keep track of those. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits and 1 homer for Nipper. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 runs all earned. Walks and strikeouts. Let's see. 1. Where's the K's, bro? Only 2 strikeouts. 1, 2, 3. 3 walks, 2 Ks for Nipper, and 5 1/3. Here's Stewart. He went 2, 1. He went 2.2 innings, 2 2/3. He gave up 1 hit, no homers, no runs or earned runs, 4 Ks, and 2 walks. Nipper takes the loss. That means the Tigers had 8 hits. Petrie went 7 1/3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total hits. No homers, 1 run. It was earned. Strikeouts would be just 2. Walks would be 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 walks, 2 strikeouts for Petrie, who will get the win. And Hernandez, was he ever in a safe situation? I think he was, because when he came into the game, the tying run was on deck. That constitutes a save. So he goes 1 2/3. He gives up a hit and a walk, and that's it. And that is our game, folks. Let's see, 5, 6 hits for Boston. Let's check on any errors. I don't think there's any for Detroit. Detroit played errorless ball. I don't remember any for Boston either, but we're going to check. Oh, nothing doing, folks. So Boston's free and clear. The final here, 1-6-0 for Boston, 5-8-0 for Detroit. The Tigers win. Al Nipper takes the loss. Dan Petrie takes the win. And Willie Hernandez with his first save of the season, I do believe. And that is where we'll end it, folks. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Happy to be back to this 86 replay. I'm going to take it easy, get ready for the next game. which will be played tomorrow afternoon, and have a relaxing Friday night. Let's see if there's any other YouTubers out there playing something we can relax with tonight. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I appreciate it. I'll see you soon.